Welcome to another wonderful evening of World with Warships. We're out in a Tier 8 Kagero in a Tier 10 battle. Only good news is there's not an aircraft carrier in this game. More than enough radar. So here we are, game in progress. We've already started capturing C. I'm in here with a German destroyer. And up pops the Benson, and I got to make a guess here as to where he's going to go. So I'm making two guesses. Really, he's going to deviate from his straight line trajectory, but let go a couple of salvos and turn and start to run. Get out of detection, and then up pops the radar. Look at that. So I'll take a little more abuse here. The German destroyer pushed to the front to launch some torpedoes, and he'll take a little bit of punishment too. But everyone's had their fill. Let's see how my guess on torpedoes came out here, and down goes the Benson. First blood in the smoke there, but made a pretty good guess as to how he was going to play that one. It's always nice to guess right. So let's see if we can run back in here and cap this. Don't know what other DDs are in the neighborhood, but there's 4 more out there somewhere. Unfortunately, come back within radar range here, so I'm gonna quickly get back around the point so the Des Moines can't shell me too badly. Break it off one more time, and let's circle around one more time. See if we can cap it this time. At this point, the German destroyers retreated to the back row, but we are getting some more help from over in the B circle. They've lost that battle, so they're over here trying to help us cap C. And looks like this time we're going to get it. Ran out of radar. They're not going to be able to spot much through the smoke, and they apparently don't have any more forward destroyers. It bothers me a little bit because not all the destroyers are accounted for. There's one missing. There's 3 in the other circle. There's the one I shot somewhere floating out there. There's one more destroyer, which usually means they're up to no good. Speaking from personal experience. So we got the zone captured. Looking at maybe there's a way to put some torpedoes around the point and almost get torpedoed by somebody in my back row. Not real happy about that, but you learn to live with that as a destroyer captain. People fling torpedoes from the back row all the time. It's bad enough getting shot at from the front. To also be shot at from the back is no fun. But so I'm going to go around the island here rather than try and drive through it. Let's see what this captain of Des Moines plans on doing. Yep, looks like not only is he going to try and drive through the island, he will try and shoot through the island. Well, he'll figure it out and back up and get back in the fight, hopefully. I'm not sure who thought he was dodging from. There's not a whole lot of heavy hitters out here. There's a couple of battleships coming around the point. We have the Alabama and the Montana. So I put out a spread that runs from very close to the point to one span out. And I think the Alabama captain here figured something out because he's pulling a hard left turn. Not sure if he's how fast he's going to make it around that point now, but he's basically come to a dead stop behind the point. Keeps him out of the fight. The Montana captain, on the other hand, decided he was going to plow right on through. Love this about battleship captains. So, one down, he's badly damaged. You can see he's still flooding, but I can't worry about that because I got a Kagero in the back row here who's been picking on our battleships. So I'm going over to guns. Oh, all right, down goes the Montana. Got a shot into the Kagero. Got detected. There he is. Now he pops up. So start to pummel the Kagero here. Hopefully we get some. He's at full strength and I'm at about half strength. So if I don't get some support from the other DD captain or somebody else, this is going to be a rather short exchange. There's the torpedo. Sort of was expecting those. Had started the turn and cut it a little closer than I like, but didn't touch me. Misses as good as a mile. So we're back to guns, and he's getting beat up pretty good. He actually, we forced him into the sidewall, which slows him down, reduces his maneuverability, and he was backing up there. So he had no speed or maneuverability. So not too surprised that we were able to get the best of him. He did get off one more salvo, and can have problems with the I had some damage to the drive, so I'm going to take the safe way out here. I am down to a little over 1,100 points, not 11,000, 1,100, which is hanging on by the slimmest of threads. So the next time I get spotted by somebody, that'll probably be the end of my game. But I do have a long haul back into the fight here. I can see the Alabama is still out there causing some problems, and he looks like the quickest target I can get to. And down he goes. There's still a cruiser out there beyond that point. This is where the interesting talk starts up. Guys calling the DDs useless. Since I'm driving, I get time. So I say, should I give those 3 that I sunk back? Didn't have a whole lot of response to that. Now, to be fair, the Shimakaze really should not get up close in a knife fight. The Gearing, on the other hand, is sort of built for that, and probably a better use for the Shimakaze is launching walls of torpedoes against a mass of battleships. Guy asked me, what is the guy doing back there? And he goes, well, I was sinking the Kagero, the one that was sniping at our BBs. Well, we've got 2 zones. We're about even on number of ships. They have more battleships. And this is where Heads Up 2 starts getting back in, acting like he knows what he's doing. Let the DD stop and happen with me. Well, you didn't stop that Kagero. You let him slip around into the back row. That's what radar is for. That being said, we do have a Des Moines versus a Des Moines matchup coming up here around the point. Now, because I'm literally 1 shot away from being sunk, my armor doesn't stand up to pretty much anything the Des Moines has. So the only way for me to stick my head around this point here is if I know the Des Moines guns are pointed in the opposite direction. I'm sort of hoping that our Des Moines continues on his present course and leads him out into open waters, in which case I can lead him with some torpedoes beyond the point. The time delay of those torpedoes will allow me to get back behind the point. But he's interested in a slugfest, Des Moines on Des Moines. Interesting to see which way this one's going to go. They're both at about half strength now. I was sort of hoping that I could still get some torpedoes here. Left the slimmest of margins to drop the torpedoes there, but looks like that isn't going to happen. If he does pass him, the gun should be turned the other way. So took a heavy hit there. He's but it looks like our guy has the upper hand there. But at this point, turn should have swung around. I'll go over to guns, and sure enough, I'm not getting shot at. I'm happy about that. Get 500 points of damage. The win or the sinking goes to our Des Moines. Now, what's the question? Well, looks like A is being capped by some destroyers. Well, with my sort of paper thin health, I don't belong mixing it up in a knife fight either. So I'm going to head off and see if I can do some good at D. Let's see. Looks like we have the Shimakaze who's going in very close. Sort of risky to do with that sort of vessel. Don't know what the Fletcher's doing behind the islands there, but apparently no good. Or he's not helping that much. So we've now lost 3 circles, and we'll see the Shimakaze's gotten line of sight on the battleships. He's going to pop some smoke, and that pops another battle or another destroyer in A. So the Shimakaze at least momentarily flushed out the other destroyer in A, and I think he got a wave of torpedoes off against the battleships. Turns out there's a couple of destroyers. The Grozavoy is also in there, and Grozavoy usually is pretty potent. Somebody did a number on him. So I'm going to forget about that and start paying attention to D. So I've been driving toward D for a while. I'm coming up close here. I want to make sure I don't run into any islands. Kurfürst has taken, I think, a few of those Shimakaze torpedoes. He's way down. I'll be able to knock him off pretty quick here. So we're going to stop him scoring any more points on D at least. So we're even on points, and we're going to start to even them up on circles. We're up 2 ships, 4 ships to 2 ships, and around the corner comes what I love to see, a battleship without an escort. I'm not gonna throw my torpedoes at him right away. I'm gonna let him jink a couple of times here, because they'll always chink a couple of times. Then you have to guess. You know about the time constant for their turns, and now I get to guess which way they're going. I'm going to stay beyond visible range because there's no way I want to let him sink me. But I'm going to stay in the circle here. Now, I've just let loose 1 salvo. If that one doesn't succeed, I'll see which way he turns and make another wild ass guess. But this one looks like it's doing pretty good. So it looks like we get the zone and we sink the battleship to win the game. So here's the final tally coming up here. Got 4 ships, first blood, captured 1 zone, assisted another. There I am, top of the board. Head to head actually came in 3rd with 1 sinking, but I'm pretty happy with the results. There's the 4. I sunk 2 destroyers and 2 battleships and 2 zones captured.